Hey friends, welcome to Good God Talks here on YouTube. This podcast is brought to you by Life with God Ministries, a nonprofit organization that helps you go about life with God. If you're new to the channel, hit all the buttons to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. If you haven't checked out the show notes recently, you're going to want to do that. There's more resources that are available for you there. And the whole reason we offer this podcast is to help you build your habit of talking with God more and experiencing what it's like to hear his voice more frequently as you go about daily life. So thanks for joining us, and let's jump into today's episode. Hey friends, it's Jen. Welcome to this episode of Good God Talks. We're talking today about eternal life. And I'm excited about this because I really misunderstood God's invitation to receive eternal life for decades. And the main way I misunderstood it was I pictured eternal life as something that happened someday in the future. Eternal life would be in heaven, but that's only part of the story. Eternity means it doesn't end. It has no beginning and it has no end. It's always been. And so eternity doesn't just start when we die, it's going on right now. And so because of Jesus, we can experience eternal life now, not just in heaven. Part of why we're talking about this today is because we can receive salvation but misunderstand what eternal life actually means. Because if it's not just someday in heaven, then that poses the question for us, what actually is eternal life? And the good news for us is that Jesus straight up tells us. So I'm going to read for us from John chapter 17. And so reading verses 1 through 3, it says, "When Jesus had spoken these words, he lifted up his eyes to heaven and said, 'Father, the hour has come. Glorify your Son, that the Son may glorify you, since you have given him authority over all flesh, to give eternal life to all whom you have given him.'" So Jesus is praying to the Father, and he's affirming what he already knows. He's praying it back to God. You've given me authority to give eternal life. And this is where he defines it. "And this is eternal life, that they know you, the only true God, and Jesus Christ, whom you have sent." So eternal life isn't just waiting for you later. Eternal life is available with God right now, knowing the Father, knowing the Son, knowing the Spirit. That is eternal life. And so someday, when we who have received salvation enter into glory, we enter into heaven, we'll know him more fully, even as we are fully known. Right now, it's partial, right? It's foggy, it's behind a veil. But it's still eternal life now because we get to begin knowing God now. And that is the life he offers us. This is John 10:10. And Jesus is describing his role as our good shepherd and how, as his sheep, we know his voice and he cares for us. But he also describes the thief, the enemy of our souls who seeks to destroy us. And this is what he says about the enemy in that verse. "The thief comes only to steal, kill, and destroy. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly." So the enemy of our souls comes to steal, kill, and destroy the life that God offers us. He tries to rob from us on the earth in this part of life, the eternity that we can have in knowing and experiencing life with God here. And I think part of that tactic might be the myth that I misunderstood for so long, the myth that so many people fall into believing, that eternal life is only available someday. Everything on earth can feel like it's up to me. I need to prove myself to God. I need to show him that I'm hardworking and I'm faithful and that I'm trying to be a good Christian who pleases him so that hopefully someday I might enter into eternal life. That is so far less than what God offers us. The reality is today, as those who have received salvation, we can live life with God now. We don't have to wait for someday. We get to know him and continue to know him more now. And so here's a question that I invite you to bring to God in listening prayer, anticipating that there's something he wants to share with you. There's a way he wants to make himself known to you more in exactly the circumstances and the situations that you're navigating today. And so here's that question. God, how are you inviting me to participate more in eternal life with you today? And how can I notice you more in ordinary moments? Have a good talk.